Over these next 90 days, only say one of these three things. You'll either say, "This is Brian," "This is Zana," "This is Joe," "This is Derek," or you'll say, "This is Derek, how may I help you?" "This is da da da, how may I help you?" Right? Or you say, "Hello." "Hello?" Right? We want you to answer the phone in a professional manner. It doesn't have to be super formal, right? "This is Brian. This is Kate," right? People who answer the phone saying "what" or grunting or "who's this" before giving a salutation, it sounds like unprofessional beings. Even if they might be a professional. If you answer the phone without care, then you probably are a person who doesn't care. And the fear from a recruiter is that you'll answer the phone that way with a hiring manager. Then the hiring manager is going to look at that recruiter or look at that person in HR and say, what kind of candidates are you getting me? Do you care about who I bring on to my team? So first impressions matter, yes, even with the first hello. You could still, keep the conversation going and get moved through the interview process, but recruiters and people in HR, we play favorites. We want the person who is going to present us in the best light because we want to be seen as being able to find the best people in the marketplace so that we keep our jobs, so that we get promoted, right? Okay. So now, once you think of answering the phone, the next step of this is these are questions to ask, right? You have someone on the phone who already works at the company that you might be interested in working at once you learn what the company is about. So after they've asked you the general questions about your background, your resume, and whether you could be a fit for this role, towards the end of the call, if it seems like there could be a fit with your background and your interest in the role, ask this person, what is your role in the company? How long have you been working here? What's the interview process for this role? You want to ask what this person's role is and how long they've been there because people like to talk about themselves. It's generic, it's simple, a simple question to ask, and then ask them how much do they like the position that they're in. That'll tell you whether it's a place that you'd want to work, right? And another question to ask is, what is the interview process for the role? That gives you a chance to say, man, is this a two interview process or are there six interviews? Are they in person, through Zoom, just phone calls? Right? And the other question you could ask is, how many other people are being interviewed for this role? You want to know the likelihood of you getting the job even from the first phone call. What is the competition? It's okay to ask, and recruiters feel comfortable answering. The next one is keeping your answers concise. Keep your answers short and to the point. With every sentence you say, you're painting a picture of who you are. They'll ask you a few questions about your background to confirm it's your resume that they found online, and if you have the background they think you do, right? Nobody wants to know your life story. Nobody wants to hear your sob story for the week. I'm telling you, us as recruiters, when you start talking about how long your mom has had cancer and how long you've been taking care of your little siblings and how you're pissed off that you've been out of work for 6 months and it's the fault of, hey, this happened where you tripped over something and lost a check, that takes up our time. We're trying to get to the end goal of understanding whether you could be a fit for a job. Every other word that's stated is fluff, and we want to minimize the amount of fluff that you're speaking. Literally, people tell us sob stories, and we sit across the table with the phone off of our ears, like, will this person shut up? We just want to finish this interview call. Okay? Not, no offense. But we do have a process that we're working through. So it's good to know, hey, you're talking to someone who makes up to 150 phone calls in a day, right? They're trying to move through the process and they have other positions and they need to fill and other people they need to speak with. So um, you'll state your answers, you'll get through the generic questions, and you'll be ready to get insider information about the job itself once the basics are covered with the person you're speaking with. You'll already know the answers to tell them because your resume will have been completed, your career journey will have been mapped out, and your skills will be confirmed on paper, right? So you'll be iterating and reiterating what you already know about yourself and your background to people as you speak with them. And the more you speak with people, the better you'll get at telling your story. If you do not have a skill set that a recruiter asks about, say, I'm vaguely familiar with that. How essential is it for the role? Then their answer will help you determine if you're a fit for that role, if you could get that experience in the next few weeks, touch up on an experience over the next few weeks, or help you see, hey, this really wouldn't be a role that I would thrive in the first 90 days, right? If it's not a good fit, it's okay. More phone calls will come. This is a numbers game, and you are uncovering roles that you fit. Lastly, you're asking questions and you're keeping your answers concise because you want to be building rapport with the person on the phone. It's not all about you, it's about the conversation. A good first conversation can go a long way. It shows a recruiter that you can hold a conversation, a great way to fit in with a team, have conversational skills, meaning you're presentable, and it shows that you might be a team player and a good person to work with. These are all things that we're asking ourselves as a person is talking to us on the phone. How are they presenting themselves? How will they get along with the people around us, right? And that's all for this video, folks. Do download the video that came with the previous video, and we'll see you in the next one.